a thunderbolt, you shook my core, it felt right. You are the light inside my soul, and with your love I shine bright. It's you and me against the world. We're like a story that's untold, a prophecy that will fulfill, 'cause we were meant forever. So tell me that you're mine, tell me what you want, tell me you'll always be right here with me. Say what's on your mind, say what's in your heart, and baby say anything, anything. Travel miles and miles to watch you smile and hear your laughter. You spin my heart round and round. I'm falling now with ease and no fear. It's you and me against the world. We're like a story that's untold, a prophecy that will fulfill, 'cause we were meant forever.
Oh God, la 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 la. My love is gone away, and you keep telling me it lies. I'll be right on my way in the night, but my mind is still full of doubts. I'm turning my head round and round. Could you give me another chance, but please tell me that's really what you believe. And I'll go la 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 la. And I'll go la 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 la. And I'll go la 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 la. And I'll go la 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 la. I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm lost in space. I do it a million times to fall in love with you that night. But my mind is still full of doubts. I'm turning my head round and round. Could you give me another chance, but please tell me that's really what you believe. And I'll go la 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 la. And I'll go la 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 la. la. I'll go la 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 la. And I'll go la 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 la. I'll go la 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 la.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How do you do?
I mean, I'm doing all right.
You seem a little
Doing
quiet
pretty
here.
good, actually. Almost
Very
was
good.
not good. It was almost a not a good day, but it's a good day.
I'm not sure why I'm having a hard time hearing you. Look like you're coming through okay here on OBS, but I
Ooh,
am hearing you
technical
rather quiet.
difficulties.
I'm going to see if
I
I
don't
can
know.
fix that. Derek,
Yeah,
you had a great game this evening. It was a nail biter, though.
it was a nail biter. You call it a great game. I call it escaping with our lives. Great game would have been other ways, but we'll take it. A win's a win. It was a hard fought win against a pretty good team. That fun fact actually knocked us out of the Omaha, so it was a little revenge tour there.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But that does make it a little bit more exciting. I mean, that was what, a 1-point game, 2-point game?
Yep. What can
Oh,
you
he's
say?
got the medallion. He's got the medallion out.
You just got to rep when you got to.
Very cool.
So yeah, not bad. How's your day, Colin? Enough about me.
Good. My day's been, I spent the weekend traveling, going to the in-laws. We do that about every other weekend. So, it was good. But right now it's happy hour, and that's what I care
is.
about.
Yeah.
You sipping on anything spicy tonight?
Oh, just a little bit of pink lemonade and vodka.
Oh,
Keeping it fresh.
I never would have guessed that in a million years.
It's just what I had on hand.
I like that.
Just what I
I
had.
like that. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Happy Hour. Pull up your bar stools. Hope you're ready for a few different segments. Hope you're ready for some more trivia, thanks to Jake on hand here. But we've had a pretty good... it's been 2 weeks since we've been on here, so we missed the first week. We plan on doing this every other week, so there might be a little bit of things that we miss when it comes to the games. But, for the most part, I think we're going to have it covered.
I think so too.
We've got some good things in store. Do you want to just go ahead and jump into it, or is there anything else that you want to touch on before we
jump
start?
on into it. I'm sorry. I'm going on to... I'm in the process. You can get us started. I'm here trying to get into this trivia because I want to compete like I did 2 weeks ago.
You like doing the trivia. That's fair. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over. Here we go. All right, so first up tonight, actually, let me see if I can get a little bit of music going in the background here. Okay, here. Oh, switching of songs. Let's see here. Because you can't have happy hour without some music.
Yeah, some of the nice jams we got going.
Yeah, it's a little bit of nice little music here. Okay, here we go. All right, so first up is going to... This song sucks. There we go. Fix
Hey,
it.
sometimes it's like that at the bar.
Got to get that off the playlist. Okay, so first up tonight, let's go ahead and talk about the people that are on the top, because I don't know about you, Derek, but if I'm going out to the bar, I like to start with something a little bit more palatable and then go down from there.
Well, it just depends on what week it is. If it was payday, you got that right.
Well, it's
Off
been
week-
payday for a couple teams.
Off weeks, we're hanging back. We'll take the sludge.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we have something in the WFA known as the top shelf, and this is the top 4 teams in the league, which when we originally planned this segment, didn't really think about the fact that these teams still had to play this week before this show aired. And there were a couple teams who had fallen off the shelf.
Yeah, some
after
might
week
not
2.
be as top shelf as they were before this weekend. Maybe more of the middle tier now. So
Yeah.
maybe we just talk about the top shelf that's still on the top shelf.
Maybe so. And I'll tell you, there's one drink up there made of corn.
Oh,
So maybe we should talk about that one first. We've got 2 teams up on the top.
before it rolls off the shelf.
That's
Possibly. Could
maybe
stay.
they still have a game left to be played, but we're talking about none other than Zach Holdorf and the Corn Kings from Des Moines. I asked them a set of questions before this started. Really wanted this section to kind of highlight them and just kind of put them on a pedestal because that's what the top shelf's for, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Keep out of reach of kids.
all of this needs to be out of reach of kids. If you're streaming this in front of your children, you should probably stop. Wouldn't condone it. So first question we asked those on the top shelf was, how does it feel to sit on the WFA top shelf? Zach says it feels amazing.
Oh, corn jokes.
Maize is a way of saying corn, in case I didn't know that. That's what he said. Get it? I'm sure you get it. Anyways, it feels great since I am the Corn King. I reign supreme, he says. I then go on to ask him if he's surprised of his success thus far. Zach says, hell no, this team has always been competitive no matter what. Plus, the first game of the season was a huge test for the team, and we prevailed thanks in due part to our rookie gold-legged kicker, Mr. Poppy Maddenford. And I'm going to pause here for a second and not read the rest of this because Poppy Maddenford, oh my gosh, I have never seen a game like that where a kicker did that much work.
Put in work. He did put in work.
7 field goals.
Leg was probably about to fall off. Let's hope, as much as I know the Corn Kings like him, let's hope he doesn't have to put in as much work tonight.
Right, yeah,
Or
you don't
tomorrow.
want your kicker to have to put in a lot of work in the
Good
games.
to know
but,
he can.
yeah, and did you see that video he posted in the server afterwards?
Yeah.
Man, I forgot to put that on here. That was so funny. I should have done that for the intro. He asked me to. I feel bad, Poppy. Oh, Poppy, forgive me. Maybe next time. Have another big game. I'll remember next time. But Zach says he feels like, the face of the franchise is back yet again, and with Hugo Zachary, and he's ready to win. So, the next question I asked him was, how does he see season 10 going for him? What's his prediction? He says right off the bat, we're going to have more wins than anyone else in the division. Oh, and Green Bay. Green Bay looks terrible. No offense, Jake or Hammer. I'm sure they figure it out. But to be honest, I feel like this squad is built for a championship run. Get that monkey off my back and win a Gin Bowl before Jake does. I love that. I love that. I asked him if he could describe himself as a high-dollar liquor. What would he be? And he said any type of whiskey. So pretty much anything made of corn. He really does like Crown Royal Apple, but he does enjoy a nice whiskey every once in a while. And lastly, the man's favorite drink. We all know what it is. Crown Apple and Mountain Dew. I had never tried it until I joined the WFA and became virtual friends with Zach. But he's not wrong.
That's good.
It's good.
I mean, with Mountain Dew's original purpose when made was to be mixed with whiskey. So he is doing as the Lord intended.
I did not know that.
Yes, it's the whole reason it was made.
Wow. Well, congrats.
Here's a fun
Zach,
fact for you.
I love fun facts. So does Jake, and that's why he's helping us out tonight. He knows all the facts. But congrats, Zach, sitting on the top shelf alongside co-commissioner David Barr. Anybody else surprised?
I mean, no comment.
He's had the potential the last few seasons, but has
true.
always fallen short. Could this be the season for the Maroons? Let's hear what Dave has to
More
say.
the same.
Could it be the same old shit? How does it feel for Dave to be on the WFA top shelf? He says it feels fantastic. In Pottsville, we really feel like our time is overlooked and disrespected among the old guard of the league. Like it or not, we are here. He's in their face. They're out. They're out with claws out, Derek.
With claws out.
Is he surprised? with his success thus far? No. His plan all along has been for steady, sustained improvement. The NFL version of Pottsville won the title in 1925. And we have had an eye on bringing a championship back somewhere near the 100th anniversary of that.
Well, I know you're talking about Pottsville, but you just see who you summoned into this chat talking about them. Whisper
Who's
a little
in here? Jake?
Can you see it? Can you see the
No,
chat?
I only see the question. I need
your
to answer.
It's your favorite linebacker.
Oh, David Sellers in the chat. Okay. Oh, I got a hat on my head, so he can't say anything about my bald head unless he already has.
No,
I'm still waiting on him to eat a dozen eggs on a live stream like he said he was gonna do. So, you know what? It's fine. Glad you're back, Blake. But anyways, what's Dave's prediction for season 10? We will crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and hear the lamentations of their women.
Oh,
Don't bring the women into this, Dave.
it's true.
Sounds like a
But
berserker.
there's not many in Pottsville. That's not a destination for the ladies.
No.
No.
Yingling doesn't really attract women. Sorry, Ernest, if you're watching. All right. What kind of drink does Dave consider himself sitting on the top shelf? In staying with our working class approach to football, I don't see our team as a high dollar liquor. I see us as a frosty mug of Yingling Lager. Wow.
Definitely not top dollar, that's for sure.
No, not. Lastly, what is Dave's drink of choice? He likes to start with a couple Yinglings, but then my West Virginia roots leads me to one of Colin's drinks with a moonshine as a base. Whenever he comes over, I always mix him something with a little shine. I think one time we had a Dolly Parton was just a mixed drinks with a couple cherries dropped in it, you know.
I dig it.
Oh, there is also a hashtag at the bottom of this response. Hashtag Boomer Pride.
Oh boy.
That's a shot. That's a shot. Pottsville's throwing punches, and someone's got to knock him down.
I mean, there's a lot of seasons still ahead.
There's a lot of football to be played, a lot of virtual football to be played. But Derek, do you have any comments on our top shelf so far? This is going to look different
No.
after this week.
It will. I'm undoubtedly to the top shelf lost. I mean, the thing is, while you're up on the shelf looking down at everyone else, you get to talk your stuff. So
That's
by
right.
all means, talk your mess.
Yeah,
You get to while you can.
definitely. Well, like we said earlier, it has been 2 weeks since we've been here, and there's been a few headlines. Derek, I'm going to take this back to you.
Absolutely, and I will lead this off. Like Colin said, a couple of headlines leading the way or making their way based on some action in the WFA. So we're just going to highlight a few of them. There's a lot more that's gone on in the last 2 weeks. Heck, there's a lot more that's gone on today alone. But this is just some headlines of some things that the news in the WFA felt they needed to share. Let's get that first one up there.
You got it.
First one, crabs boiled. Preseason favorites start 0-2. And again, Colin, feel free to speak on these, but I think it's self-explanatory. Anytime Noah has a team, Jackson Crabs, they came in preseason favorites. They came in as a team expecting to do, or people expected to do big things. And at least through the first two, they haven't necessarily shown up yet.
I feel like I went to Krabby Mike's at Myrtle Beach and paid a $60 buffet ticket and got these crab legs that are like the size of pencil sticks, Derek. I expected more from these crabs. I expected some big, meaty claws coming at these teams, and I'm not seeing it, and I'm pissed, and I want my money back. Noah, give us our money back or start showing up.
We need better. We need better of these crabs. You know, typically people notice when the crabs are around. Not really being noticed right now. To the next headline.
Yes, sir.
Mustangs running wild around the WFA. not often do you get an expansion team coming out as hot as they have. I think they've surprised a lot of people. You know, some might say it's due to who they're playing, but we live off of you can only play who you have on your schedule. And they've showed up and showed out every game they've had in their inaugural season.
You know, I'm going to do something for the Mustangs. I did not have high hopes, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to applaud. I'm going to applaud Bill Cherry, and I'm going to applaud Guy Clausen for a hell of a job in the first 2 weeks. I'm impressed, and I want him to keep going. Let those Mustangs run wild.
Yeah. Again,
I love
it's tough. As a team that was just an expansion a year ago to, from nothing to bringing 2 wins in just a couple months' time. I mean, building from the ground up from scratch, it's impressive to get such a fast start. Let's hope they
Yeah, it is.
The wild, wild west. The open frontier of the WFA. What this comes from is a post that Jake made showing that every team in the West Division's tied right now. And honestly, points for and points against, there's not a drastic difference. Like, it's open. It's anyone's division. Who's going to step up and get it? You would think by now some of this, we would have had a leader in that division. But right now, tied across the board.
1-1. It's crazy. Yeah. It's exciting. It is definitely the Wild West. I mean, last season, I think I made the comment that the West was the toughest division to be in. And, I mean, maybe proving to be true with such an even spread.
Yeah. They're throwing haymakers, knocking each one down.
With haymakers. Yeah, Wild West for sure. Last one.
I think we got one more. One win, not by the hair on their chinny chin chin. If you don't know what this is by the animation, this is for the Wolfpack. Coming in, again, I think someone who comes into the season always expects something out of the Wolfpack. And right now, big goose egg. They even go into week 2 overhauling the roster, which I know we'll talk more about later. Still nothing. So, I mean, can't get a win. As much as they huff and puff, these wolves are not getting anything right now.
No, I'm not quite sure what to think about it. 1 week, one off week at the beginning is one thing, but 2 in a row is something else. And I'm nervous for the Wolfpack. And I know Jake's sweating, because Jake's in the hands of his coaching staff at this point. And I think that's Jake there with a wolf hat on in that little clip art. That's what it looks like he's grown a little bit of chest hair. It cracks me up. But anyways, can the Wolfpack get their first win in week 3? We'll have to find out.
Maybe
that was a fun segment.
Maybe they finally blow into one. That's what we got next on the menu, Colin.
That was good. Let's head back to our other screen.
Welcome back.
All right, Derek, you know what I like to do when I am at the bar? I like to play some darts.
Ooh,
you like to play darts?
I do.
Yeah. Well, let's play some WFA darts. This is where we're going to use the random wheel behind the scenes. You won't be able to see it because I'm going to switch to the next screen. But we're going to pick about 6 teams. I think in real darts, we each get 3 and 3. Is that right?
That is true.
So let's go for 6 teams. We're going to throw these teams on the dartboard where we think they should stick points-wise, how they performed the last 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and switch over. All right, let's pull up the dartboard. Where is that pesky dartboard? Can you see it, Derek? Okay, I can't hear you I can barely hear you. Oh no, the world can't hear you. Hang on a second. All right. We're going to fix something here real quick because I didn't bring you over. I'm going to copy, switch back over. All right, Derek, can you talk?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We are here. Okay.
We are here.
The wheel. All right. Oh no, Wheel of Names is spazzing out on me. There it is. Okay. Dart number 1. Derek, you're throwing first. All three in a row. First one, Washington Wastelanders. I'm going to try to find their logo for you while you talk a little bit. You there, Derek? Uh-oh. Switch back.
Am I back now?
Yes, sir. You're back.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You have the Washington Wastelanders.
Ooh. Where am I putting this? Where are they falling on the darts?
They fall on. And we're playing double bullseye rules too.
Yeah, well, give me a single 17.
Single 17. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, they're 1-1. It's a solid throw. They've had a good performance up till now. They've scored a lot of points, but they've also let up a lot of points. A single 17 can win you a game.
Yeah.
But it's not winning. It's not winning you a championship.
That's fair.
Like right now, with what I've seen in 2 games, it's not blowing me away. But I'd be happy if the dart landed there.
That's fair. Your next one is the Steel Hogs, dart number 2.
Well, they've gone up a little bit in my book after today's performance, and because of that comeback, give me a double 10. 10, not 20.
Where is that 10? There
Yep.
it is. Double 10.
Double 10. Again, was unsure about them and them as a team coming into this week. But when you entered the fourth quarter with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, good Charleston team, and you find a way to not only come back but win that game, I'm pumped. And you jumped up in my book. That's why you're getting a double 10.
Wasn't that crazy?
That's something I'm here for.
That was crazy. That was an insane comeback in the fourth quarter. You've got one more dart left, Derek, and this belongs to the Myrtle Beach Stingers.
Ooh. You and me would probably throw this dart in different places.
We might.
I know we would, actually.
That's okay. This is your dart.
I know how highly you think of this team.
This is your dart.
This is a single 20.
Mm-hmm. You want it here or here?
Oh, put it a little closer to the bullseye, because that's what I was aiming for.
I feel like
that's
that
what I
makes
was
a difference.
aiming for. But it went to the place that all teams and all players aim for, which is 20. Triple 20 is the best thing you can go for in the game of darts, which it just is a little short of. Now, if this broadcast was tomorrow evening, maybe they're that triple 20. They did win their first game only by 3 points.
I like that. I like that idea.
And I know they had a good showing, but again, 34-31, put up a lot of points, let up a lot of points. We'll see how it goes. So you're aiming for the highest, just a little below that.
Okay, I'm going to grab my first dart here. You're not going to believe this, but this dart belongs to the New Haven Lancers.
Okay.
And I feel like it's important for me to throw out any preseason stuff at this point. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Preseason doesn't matter.
No.
Only what we've seen thus far.
Trains have been made and people have been figuring things out.
Yeah, and thus far I've been seeing a lot of blame being placed on the game itself. I don't like that. I don't like that. We're playing the game. The game doesn't play us. They are slowly falling down in my personal rankings, and I am going to put them right here on this 4.
On this
4. And like outside of the bullseye, I got to see more from Scott Stover and the New Haven Lancers. I just need more, Derek, and I'm not seeing it. And I'm disappointed in this first toss, but we're going to go ahead and keep trying. And my next one here, let me see if I can find their logo. Here it is. The Cavalry. Wyoming Cavalry. Who came out swinging, had a really good season last year, and are a good team. Just recently lost, dropped down from the top tier. So they're right there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one, Derek.
It is.
I'm going to give them a double 19.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give them a double 19. And that's a purposeful throw. Is purposeful a word? I don't know if it is or not.
It is.
I'm purposefully throwing to double 19 right here. It's a good shot. Is it a bullseye? No. Is it a triple 20? No. But that's where it landed, so I'm feeling good about that. My last dart of the night is going to be a team that I think we're all kind of surprised by. And it's probably a good thing we brought them up. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to have to do a lot of minimizing here to pull them in. For some reason, their logo's super big on OBS. Hang on. Here they are. The Jamaica Hummingbirds.
Nasty.
And their giant-ass hummingbird logo on OBS. Where have they been, man?
I don't know.
You know a little bit about the hummingbirds this week.
We did.
They've got a good squad. For some reason, it's just not coming together for them. Not sure exactly what it is, but I feel like they're on the cusp of being a really good playoff-bound team. So I think what happens is I aim for the bullseye, I miss, I get lucky, and hit triple 13.
Okay.
All right.
I don't recognize that.
So the potential is there. It just needs to be unlocked. That's kind of how I feel about Jamaica.
I agree. I mean,
So
like I said, I played in preseason and just today, and yeah, they have the pieces, they have talent. Just got to put it all together.
Yep. Well, this has been a lovely
I like it.
game of darts. Let's take it back to the main screen. Very good. Darts was fun, Derek. Let's go ahead and talk about our email real quick. Again, we want to ask that you guys send in your segment requests and or comments and suggestions to worldfanews@gmail.com. There was one fella in particular who sent a request, and we are going to honor his request, aren't we, Derek?
We are. Just like we would honor all of your alls if you sent us anything.
That's exactly right. And he had a good idea, and we're turning it into a segment, and we're going to call this segment Thirst Trap.
Thirst Trap.
This is where we're going to pick two teams apiece, either players, coaches, or teams that are leaving us thirsty for more. We've got that taste, and now we want more. Derek, what are you thinking? That's bad. Derek is gone. I have no idea where Derek went. Looks like he left the server. I hope I'm still live. I think I am. We're going to give him a second before I continue with Thirst Trap. See if I got a message from him. That's no good. Let's hold for a second. See if we can get him back. Here he is. Need him to come back in. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start while he's coming in. Thirst Trap. So a team that I have been watching that I got a little taste of today, honestly, that leaves me thirsty for more, is Memphis. we talked about it a little bit earlier. They were down by like 18 points in the fourth quarter. Ended up coming back.
Sorry, internet
There he
crapped
is.
out.
That's okay.
Internet
We're
was on the
good.
shitter.
I've been talking about Memphis, who is my first thirst trap.
Okay.
A team that I'm thirsty for, because what a freaking comeback against a good team. And I'm ready to see Memphis start lighting it up. That's my first thirst trap. What do you got?
Okay, we'll alternate. Then I'm going to go from someone that was in that same game. And we both talked about this individual, a player this is. And I'm going Beef Supreme for the thirst trap. Mainly because I want more of that positivity, that all in. That man was in the chat. He was loud. He was proud. He was getting it. So much so he felt he needed to apologize to everyone else for talking too much. But that's why we do this. We want everyone to get into it. We want you to be bought into your team. So, yeah give me more of that Beef Supreme. I'm ordering multiple of those at the Taco Bell this time. Bring all the Beef Supremes.
Man, yeah, he was in there, and it was good. I know you felt like you were in there chatting by yourself, but just do it, man. Have fun. Enjoy the game. Do what you want to do. I am sure Nolan and the Charleston Federals appreciate you being there. So my last thirst trap, Derek, I'm going to say it comes from Santa Fe. I love seeing Santa Fe. And I felt like last year they were the team that was on the cusp of making it big, but fell short because
almost took down the eventual champions.
Almost took down the Giant. You're right. But I want to give a shout out in particular to your tight end. Your player of the game, Benji. What's his last name?
Vanderhuge, baby.
Vanderhuge. Player of the game. Tight end, player of the game. That's my thirst trap. I want to see Benji and the rest of the Prow tear it up this season.
No, pumped. Still looking back to draft day, shocked that he fell to me at 13th in the first round after blowing it up in the Rise League. Didn't think he was going to make it to me. And through 2 games, he's been big. So he's been huge. Vanderhuge.
He's been huge.
And for my last one, thirst trap, kind of a different type of thirst trap. Mainly because I'm parched. This player's team is parched. This player's team is dried up and wrinkly right now, so they need thirst. And this is someone you're very familiar with, Mr. Joshua Showtime Pearson, wide receiver for the Crabs. I know his big game ability. He's won some games for teams that I've played on, that I've watched, that I've GM'd. I drafted the man. I know what he's capable of out of UCLA. Throwback to the college system we used to run. And I know what he can, but through 2 games, 8 receptions for 109 yards and no touchdowns. His team needs more from him, and I know he's capable of it.
Definitely. Yep. Would it be okay if I did one more?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're thirsty, feel your
I'm thirsty. And I'm thirsty for something I'm wearing tonight, Derek. And this is going to drive you crazy. But this week, if you didn't watch the Bull Moose, Bradley Davis, running back number 1, is returning kickoffs and had his first kickoff return for a touchdown. And I'm thirsty for more Bull Moose, Derek.
Ooh.
But it could be because I'm biased.
I mean, I know that, a lot of people would have written this guy off, MVP caliber player, written him off a long time ago. But there's why some people have 3 championships to their name.
That's right. He's not bad for a backup.
Not bad at all.
Well, that has been Thirst Trap. Thank you, Ernest, for bringing this idea to us. It worked out really well. Again, for those of you who are watching and listening, send us your requests to worldfanews@gmail.com. We only have a couple more segments tonight, Derek.
Before we get to the next segment, can you see the chat? Can you see?
I got to vote on something.
Oh, it's
I'm running out of trivia, so Colin, hot or not? Ooh, they're all hot. Oh, I gotta log in. It won't let me. Oh, I'm losing the whole chat. It's fucking everything up. I mean, it's messing everything up.
I got you. I double voted for
Okay.
hot. So I got you, bud.
Okay, very good. Well, let's head into another segment we're going to call Quick Shots.
You got it.
This is where we are going to use the random wheel. Derek, you're going to take a shot first. All right? I'm going to give you a team name. I'm going to tell you who they're playing in case you forgot.
Okay.
And you're just going to tell me, are they going to win or are they going to lose? Just real quick, a quick shot. Now, if you want, you can take a chaser where you have a sentence or two to explain your reasoning. All right?
I don't need no chaser. I ain't no bitch.
Your shot is currently being poured.
Okay.
So the question is, do the New Haven Lancers beat Wyoming Cavalry?
No.
All right, you want another shot?
Line them up.
Let's give him
Do
another.
this all night, bartender.
Pour him another. Next shot coming up. DC Tribe. The DC Tribe head to Memphis. Win or loss?
Oof.
This is tough.
There's a lot of history in this game.
DC is 2-0.
I'm going to say
Memphis,
yes. I'm going to say yes,
Win.
but I'm also man enough to admit that I might be throwing this shot up later this week because it could go either way. There's a lot of history in these two teams in these games and what used to be. But I'm going to say yes.
That was a tough shot to swallow.
But yeah, it was. It was some bottom shelf swill right there.
I'm going to go ahead and take this next shot. This next shot is the Lincoln Spiders. The Lincoln Spiders who play the Miami Nightmares. Win or lose? They lose. I'm not taking a chaser. I'm going to take another shot, though. This next shot is going to be the Calgary Clash, who play Vermont.
Ooh.
Again, I'm going to say Calgary comes close but can't pull it off. They are home, though. They have that for them. But they fall short. It's a loss. Sorry, Ernest.
So there, it looks like you took your chaser before the shot. Filled your mouth with a little bit of something, then put it down.
I did. You want what? You want one more?
Cheers! Bring it on.
All right, one more. And it's spinning. Looks like it's going to end on. We're going to spin that again. That's the Bull Moose. Unless you want to talk about the Calgary Crash and Bull Moose.
Apparently,
And
there's
we've got Steelers.
that's going to be keeping these receipts.
You're going to need to keep me updated because I can't see any of the chat now since
That's
I
fine.
clicked
They're
on
just
that.
people saying they're writing down that we made these predictions.
Well, they're going to see some game lines in a minute. That'll be fun. Let me
got
have
one
you
more?
take one last shot tonight, Derek.
Bring it
This
on.
is the Louisiana Steamers. Louisiana play the Jackson Crabs. Louisiana is the home team.
They are.
What do you think? Do the Crabs finally get it together?
But the shot is if Louisiana wins or loses.
Right.
I think they lose.
You think Louisiana loses? You're crazy. You've had too much to drink.
It's been a lot tonight.
I'm going to take one more. I'm going to take one more shot. One more shot. Give me Jose Cuervo. This is going to be the Crabs. That's funny. There's no way the Crabs get it together against Louisiana at home. Steamers are going to run away with it. We just took the same shot together. I think that's a good one to end on. But we both disagree.
You know,
So that was quick shots. That was fun. I like that one. All right.
Next week, we do it with real shots.
Oh boy. We all can't be lucky like Nolan Pierce and have summers off. School teacher. No. All right. Let's head over to game lines. We've got one last game coming up.
Oh, I'm on darts.
Oh, yeah, I gotta fix that. Hang on. Let me get all of these logos out of here.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Help me.
Let's get that out of here.
It's dark in here.
Derek's here. And game of the week. One last game to play for week 2. The Corn Kings go to the wonderful Myrtle Beach Stingers. What do you think of this game?
With the over-under, I see a lot of points scored. And I like the respect given to the Corn Kings as they're a top-shelf team right now. Give them their respect.
Yeah. Corn Kings are favored. And it is a high over-under. Where do you put your money on this one?
I'm going to go over. The last Stingers game had 65 points total.
Yeah, 30 points apiece at least. It could easily happen again. I think I'm with you. I think it's going to be an over. I think the Stingers are going to...
I mean, and then when the other team's kicker counts for, 24 points?
Right. I mean, that's something to think about. If the Corn Kings can unlock some offense,
yeah,
it could be scary.
It could be.
But until they do that, I'm going to have to go with the Stingers. You know, I have an affinity to the owner of the Stingers. I think they're going to cover the spread. Yeah, it came from his loins. But I think that if I were to parlay this, I'm going to take the Stingers plus 2.5, and I'm going to take the over on this. Yeah, I think you're looking at 60 or 70 points total, but I think the Stingers end up walking away with it, maybe in an overtime game. I don't know. We've had a couple of them already. This could easily be an overtime game. Let's also shout out tomorrow's announcers, Justin Reside and co-commissioner Dave Barr on the call. So that should be a good one. Really glad Justin's stepping up and wanting to get involved.
I'm pumped to see how he does. I know what we expect from Dave. I'm excited to see how the duo goes. Mm-hmm. Oh, and just to update you on the chat, Zach is not thrilled with your pick.
Well, that's okay. He can get over it. He can prove me wrong, right? Yeah. He can prove me wrong. We've got plenty of time. We still have 12 minutes left in this happy hour. Let's go ahead and talk about next week's game lines.
There they are. Looking beautiful.
I think we've got enough time, Derek, that we might be able to go through each of these independently.
Okay.
You feel like that's too much, or are you down for that?
I'm down.
All right. So Vermont heads to Canada, where Vermont is the favorite by 6.5 points. Who do you pick?
I mean, despite Calgary being the home team and Vermont formerly being in Canada, we'll go Vermont. They still have a lot of Canadian fans, so it may not be too much of an away game as it may normally be for people. We'll go Vermont.
Point. That's a good point. I think I'm going to take the Bull Moose as well. It's not far-fetched to think that Jack P and the Bull Moose can't get one touchdown ahead of the Crash. Do you want to go across or do you want to go down?
Let's go across because you're not ready for my soapbox on the next one. So let's save that for the people.
Like we're reading? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Lancers in Wyoming.
I think it's great. I'm going Wyoming parlay both 10 points, and I'm going to go over 31.5.
You think they're going to cover 10 points?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I think New Haven's going to be in it. I think New Haven's going to be in it. I do think it's going to be over. I agree with you there, but I think they're going to keep it close enough. I don't think they're going to win.
Okay.
But Scott Stover's pissed off. and he's going to change up some things. So, all right. Jamaica playing against the Corn Kings.
So just like another line that we have, this line could shift by the time next week rolls around. Could shift a little bit depending on maybe not this line as much as the other one, but could shift a little bit depending on the verdict of tomorrow's game. Mm-hmm. But I still think it's Des Moines, maybe by field goal, maybe not 6 points. Or 6.5. I don't think they do a touchdown. Jamaica's run their games close, and I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm going under.
So you think you're taking Jamaica?
I'll
plus
take
Jamaica
6.5 plus 6.5 and under.
Okay, I'm going to take Des Moines at minus 6.5. I think they're going to learn a lot one way or the other from Myrtle Beach, and they're going to have Hugh Hugo, and it's going to be a game changer. Des Moines going to run away with it. Over as well. Dayton heading to Chicago.
Big change for Dayton this upcoming week. If we looked at transactions, they did make a trade, which could affect their offense some.
Yep.
I'll be interested that why this trade. I mean, I was a part of it. I mean, as everyone knows, Nolan Pierce is now going to Dayton. A little surprised because Nolan did have a good farewell game with the Prowl today.
He did,
but that's typically not his MO. I'm still going to take Dayton, but I'm going to go. I'm going to do an alternative spread, probably Dayton. Dayton minus 2.5. I think it's a field goal.
You think it's going to be close?
I think it's going to be close.
I think you're right. I don't think Dayton's ready to take on Nolan Pierce. I'm not sure why they asked for him.
Yeah. I'd see something in him. He is a good pass-catching running back if that's what they're looking for.
Maybe that's what they're looking for. Maybe Dayton does seem to throw the ball quite a bit. Maybe that is what they're looking for. But I still think that with Chicago being home, they want their first win here, and I think Chicago might pull this off. So I'm taking Chicago plus 3.5. I'm also taking the over. New Jersey at Washington.
Let me get my soapbox here that I'm going to step up on. I think Vegas is crapping on the undefeated here. I recognize that Washington, who is 1-1, has scored a lot of points. They have also given up nearly as many points. I think they're both the highest in both categories for Western Division teams in the points for and points allowed. So I'm taking the Mustangs plus 3.5. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm not parlaying it because I think it could be a close game. But I think the disrespect just because Vegas thinks Washington has a good team. You can only control what you can control. You can beat the teams that are on your schedule, and so far the Mustangs have done that.
I hear what you're saying, and I know that you disagree with the lines I've made, Derek.
No, I said Vegas. No one knows that came from you, Colin, until just now.
I didn't do it. I'm not Vegas. But Washington, I feel like, is the better team here. That's why they're favored. We've already bragged on and lifted up Bill Cherry and Guy Clausen with the Mustangs. Yeah. They're doing well, but I cannot put my money. I can't put my fake money on them right now. My money goes to Chad Rowland and the Washington Wastelanders. I think they're going to wipe them out, and I honestly think this game's going to be on the under. I think the game's going to be 28-3.
Okay.
Under. So, all right. Big game that we're going to talk about next.
Start with this one because I think you know my
I can.
answer.
I can. Stingers next week are going to play Derek Jinko's Santa Fe Prowl, where I expect this to be a close one.
Could be a battle of undefeated.
This is definitely the thinnest game line that we have this week.
Which is weird because neither of these owners are the thinnest. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
up
a
in the
good
box
point,
office.
Derek. But this is going to be a close one. It could potentially be a shootout. I'm definitely taking the over. I might not even touch the money line or the spread.
Probably wouldn't do it.
I think I'm just taking the over.
Yeah. I mean, I do this for football season for my personal favorites. I'm gonna do it here now. I'm putting my money on the prowl, just straight up money line victory. I don't care how it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Eerily similar so far with these games. Both teams. Well, obviously, Myrtle Beach has only played one, which ended at 34-31. Santa Fe's first game, 34. No, Santa Fe's game today was won by 3 points. Both can score points. Actually, I think their first game was 34-31. Both of them were. So it could be high shooting. But I'm putting my money blindly, whether it is what it is, whether it's a smart thing to do. I'm putting it on Santa Fe.
That could be a good game. Wish it was game of the week, but it's definitely not going to be because Myrtle Beach has already had a game of the week this upcoming week.
Us. We like being underdogs.
But that could be a great game to watch. Next game, Jackson at the Steamers. We've already talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, looking at the line, I know I said Louisiana was going to lose, but this is the type of thing where I hedge my bets and I put my money on Louisiana.
You're going to take him with -7.5?
No. I'm probably just going to do the over on this one.
Okay. Louisiana's been hot.
Because in my heart,
weeks.
I think the Crabs can win this one. Maybe upset City.
They definitely could. This would be a good opportunity for them to turn it around. But I think I'm taking Louisiana on the spread and the over. Right there. DC at Memphis. Potential game of the week.
Another thin line here. Close one. I'm going DC. Give me DC plus 1.5.
I don't like these close lines. They make me nervous. But I think we're going to see an over 35. I'd put my money on the over. All right. Boston against the Long Beach Rays.
There's no money to be made in this line because I think it's Boston, so we're going over.
So you're taking Boston -5.5?
I'm just taking the over, though I believe Boston will win it.
Yeah, I'm taking Boston on the over. I think 6 points is 2 field goals makes me feel safe, and also the over. I think Boston can score 29 points on their own. However, if the Rays keep it up, that over can definitely be pushed up from there. So, yep, taking the over. Miami at Lincoln.
So, this is where you gotta risk it to get the biscuit, as some say. And week 1, Lincoln, I think, surprised people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go Lincoln plus 9.5. I'm not saying they win, but I think they cover.
I like that. I think Miami, maybe it's just the presence of their wide receiver Javonte in the Gen Chat, but they seem to be a little unsteady. And I might take an alternate spread on Lincoln here. I might take Lincoln at plus 7.5. Take it down a little bit. Give me a little bit of extra money. Taking Lincoln at plus 7.5. Also taking the over. Parlaying that shit. I think that's a gimme.
Okay.
We got to see more out of the Nightmares, don't we?
I think so.
Pottsville at Green Bay.
I think Pottsville tames the Wolves, the whole pack here on this game, and so I'm taking Pottsville, but Pottsville minus 5.5. But I'm going to go the under.
Yeah, there's no reason to not take Pottsville
because
at this point.
That defense for Pottsville is nasty.
It really is.
I don't think a lot of points get scored, at least not on Green Bay's side. So I think they're short of the over.
Yeah, I think I'm just taking Pottsville. I'm still nervous about the over-under, but I think Pottsville stays on top with a win over Green Bay by a touchdown or more. Last game of the week, Charleston plays at Indiana.
Charleston and their players, I know, are upset about how today went for them. So I think it's a scary time to be the Lynx. So I'm taking Charleston, both -7.5 and over. I think they come out firing.
I'm not sure what Charleston's going to do. There's something to be said about home
You're
field
also
advantage.
you have a lot. You have an inside line to this owner as well. So.
I do, and I'm not sure. I know Nolan's paying attention. I know he's mad about tonight's loss to Memphis, but I'm not sure he's prepared to make changes. I think he went in thinking they were going to run all over him, which it looked like they were. So what kind of changes is he going to make? Is it going to be a positive or a negative change? That makes me nervous against a home Indiana Lynx who's hungry for a win. But I will say I'm taking the over, and I'm putting extra money on the over for this game.
I like it.
So, well, those are our game lines for week 3. Derek, let's switch back over here.
Hello, everyone.
It's been another happy hour, has it not?
Yeah, almost right on the hour, too, even with technical difficulties. Sometimes you have a little bit too much to drink at happy hour, and it throws things in for a loop.
Sometimes you have just enough.
Exactly.
Well, I think we've had just enough tonight, Derek. Again, I think we're keeping this as a bi-weekly thing. So we will see you at the end of week 4.
Yes.
Right? Any final remarks for our listeners?
Let's hope, good solid weekend of games. Let's finish it out tomorrow with the game of the week. Everyone, get those playbooks in on time.
Yep.
And we will hopefully get another span of great games next weekend.
Yep, that's right.
Do you want to make an announcement also with the new thing that was just put in chat today?
You mean the trade, the Tuesday trade day?
Yeah, I think it might be worth noting, seeing we are 2 days away from trade day.
Yeah, so we are going to start instituting a Tuesday trade day Tuesday, however you want to say it, where your team will only be processing those trades, submitting those trades on Tuesday. This is hopefully going to streamline some things for the roster file, for the stream team.
So what I'm going to say is
better.
the common man here, Colin. If a team submits a trade on Saturday, you get a bad game, I'm going to make some changes, I make a trade. They should not expect that to even be looked at until Tuesday.
Right. No, we are asking people to
hold it.
Hold those requests
in the DMs,
until Tuesday.
We can agree on this trade in private, but should not post it till Tuesday.
Right. This is meant mostly to keep Joel from having to produce 3, 4, 5 roster files a week, updating each trade. So basically at the end of Tuesday, he'll update the file. Wednesday, we'll input the playbooks, and Thursday, we'll be ready for games.
Got it.
So that's the plan.
What happens in DMs stays in DMs until Tuesday. And then you can let it all hang out.
Well, I'm ready to let it all... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, we did not mention one thing that we were going to talk about, which I'm surprised we didn't, and maybe you chose not to, but while we're on trade day, I think it's related. Some of y'all in y'all's trades after 1 week of playtime blows my ever-loving mind.
Yeah, I did forget to mention this.
So, each their own, and that might be an overreaction type of thing. Maybe that's a segment for next time. But y'all are killing. Let new playbooks, everything else. You got to let things work themselves out.
That's right, and that's coming from a possible top shelf owner for next week. So you know what? All I have to say about that is trust your own process, stick to it, and more importantly, tune in 2 weeks from now to join us for happy hour again. This has been Colin and Derek signing off.
Bye-bye now.